Yes. I do have a question regarding the responsibility of our leadership, you know. And what is your mind? We can have it point of view from the USA and from the background you have to our leadership in all. And I found especially at the time we're facing when we are seeing our youth people being brainwashed, as you mentioned, from the Google and from the internet and from thoughts. What is your point of view on this?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. That's an important question. Allah bless you. Look, again, in the US, so I have to say this. We have a total separation of church and state in the United States of America. So, in other words, the government cannot, by law, cannot interfere in any religious activities or anything. You're free to do whatever you want. I understand that here in Norway it's a bit different, and I don't know much, so please don't take me as an expert. Again, I'm no one to advise the Norwegian government what to do, and I don't know if they should listen to me or not. But anyway, what I would say is this. Especially in light of recent immigration, especially if you have refugees and all this. We have to understand one thing, that most people that come from the third world, especially Muslim majority countries, I want to say Muslim majority countries, right? Not Muslim countries, because you understand that the Book and the Sunnah are not practiced really in anywhere. These people want to call for Sharia, there's nowhere, I mean, you know, anyway, that's just... Most Muslim countries are ruled by dictators. Muslim majority countries are ruled by dictators that they've been there for ages, and they do everything in the book under the name of religion or culture or whatever it is. All right? Now, I think it's long overdue for Muslim majority countries to be free from dictators and to have a democratic process. It would be very nice to have that, but that's not the case so far, unfortunately. So what you'll have people who come to Norway with this baggage, a culture mixed with religion. You don't know what is culture, what is religion. And that is sometimes a bad recipe. That's why you see that people, you know, they think the culture is religion, so they have these cultural religion centers rather than religious centers. Because see, religion ought to be unifying in the sense of, you know, loving each other, being good with each other, being a decent human being. But then, obviously, then you have a culture that's implied there that separates people and puts all these walls. So I think if the Norwegian government does not have that separation between church and state, there's got to be a few things. Number one, enforcement of, especially for clerics and clergies and imams or whatever it is that they work, they need to speak Norwegian. They need to speak Norwegian. Why? Because the youth speak Norwegian. Hello? That means they need to speak Norwegian. That means they should not qualify until they speak Norwegian. At least in a partial way. Or they put them on a program where it's expected from them after 2, 3 years or whatever it is to speak the language. Why? Because with the language comes the culture. You see, you know how you came to this country, you're living with the people. You need to know the people, your neighbors. You need to know how they think, what they think, what's perceived as good, what's perceived as bad, what's good manners, what's bad manners. I mean, you know, and that's being sensitive to the culture that's hosting you. Like I said, you cannot just ally yourself with the law of the land. You have to ally yourself also with the people of the land. That's as important. All right? So that number one. Number two, I think with the IRN, again, they're working onto these, trying to establish a unified word in what Islam is according to the Book and the Sunnah, which is moderate by definition. That there should be a think tank tackling these issues of extremism, one of them. But not only that, what affects Muslims in general, the Muslim community in Norway, whatever affects them, there should be an academic approach to tackle that and to explain it in a very encompassing way. So language, culture, also, obviously, if they can, and I don't know if they can, again, like I said, in the US, the government can't give you a penny. But if the government can, then the government, in my view, or anybody who can, has the financial means, they need to establish and support institutions that are not viewed as government attached, but actually on balanced people who can actually cause a positive change in the community. Because unfortunately today, if you have more money, you can market yourself more. You can print more. You can have better website. You can target your audience more. And that's very important. So